not a big Hillary Clinton backer. You've been kind of outspoken in the last few days about these twin controversies, the emails and the foundation taking money from foreign governments. Do you think Hillary Clinton has been poorly served by her staff and made some bad judgments, or do you think she's fundamentally doesn't have the character you'd like to see in a candidate and a president?
Well, I think fundamentally she's deferred the running of her campaign to a bunch of folks that apparently don't have good judgment. And, you know, even she, I think, conceded that a few weeks ago when she had John Podesta come in to run the campaign. And all the Clinton folks are saying, well, you know, he's going to be the adult in the room. What does that say about the rest of the folks in the room?
But you think she's not. But you think she's got bad judgment, or she's in some ways a bad person?
Oh, I don't think she's a bad person. I've known Hillary Clinton for 30 years. I don't think she's a bad person. I think she is uniquely unqualified to run a campaign. And either she's getting bad advice or not taking it. This email issue is such an unforced error that it boggles the mind.
But do you think it's mainly, do you think this is a tactical error, or do you think that this is some deeper, more fundamental corruption?
I wouldn't use the word corruption, but I think it's a deeper fundamental flaw. I think this penchant for privacy and lack of transparency is not consistent with wanting to be the President of the United States or any public official. These days, you give up your right to privacy when you become a public official, whether it's a senator, secretary of state, or President of the United States. You don't see me running for one of these offices, and that's one of the reasons.
If she called you up and said, Dick, I saw you, and with all due respect, I totally appreciate what you're saying. I want to do everything I can after my tweet last night to fix the email problem, to fix the foundation donation problem. What advice would you give her? What does she need to do to satisfy you that she gets those problems and fixes them?
You know, I'm not sure, having known her for 30 years, that they are fixable. I would say this, though. She is seeing this country from 30,000 feet up. You know, I'd like to know, Hillary, when was the last time you went to a grocery store? When was the last time you actually, without an entourage, mingled with folks and asked them about what their problems were?
But you're saying the email... Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just want to get you back to my question. You're saying the email problem is unfixable now?
I mean, based on what I heard on the NPR this morning, she had her own server set up. This wasn't sort of a, well, I got my Gmail account and I'm going to use it for this and that. I mean, this is a very deliberate effort on her part to insulate a big segment of her communications from scrutiny. And by the way, we know that some of those had to do with the Department of State and official business, because she's already turned some of them over. So, no, I think it's unfixable. I think it's something she's going to have to apologize for. And I don't know that. And again, it's symptomatic of this penchant for lack of transparency, having money raised for the foundation from foreign nationals while she is Secretary of State. I mean, how do you not see that?
Dick, you said yesterday that she, you were quoted saying that she would die the death of 1,000 cuts. In 2008, you yourself administered some of the cuts that helped kill her in South Carolina to both her and her husband. I'm curious whether your view is that essentially any Democrat would be a better Democratic nominee than Hillary Clinton in 2016.
That may be a pretty strong statement. I would say there are plenty of other Democrats who would be a better nominee for our party in 2016, and I don't want to lose the White House. And I'm convinced more every day in these last, you know, you talk 1,000 cuts, there's cut 1, cut 2, and there's many more apparently to come. I think that if you're looking for I mean, if you're wed to the idea that we ought to have the first woman, there's Kristen Gillibrand, there's Amy Klobuchar, there's Elizabeth Warren, and plenty of more. There's Joe Biden, there's a number of governors, there's a number of folks.
You've known, again, sorry to interrupt, but we're running out of time. You've known both Clintons, as you said, for a long time. Just describe to people your sense of where Hillary Clinton's head is at now, at this point in her career, on the precipice of a presidential run, and where you think Bill Clinton's head is at.
Her head is, it's her turn. That's the major rationale in her head. I've paid my dues. I put up with a lot of crap. I put up with Bill. It's my turn. Bill head is, she's my wife. It gives me an opportunity to be in the White House again. Good golly, those were great times. Let's do it again. This is a, for Bill, it's like the Rolling Stones doing a tour at age 70. He wants to go back on the road.
Last question. You want her to win, though, right? If she runs, you want her to be the next president?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Whoever the Democrat is, I want them to win.
Let me get one in real quick, Dick. Have you heard from other Democrats since you made these comments? And if you have, what have you heard from other Democrats about what you said?
Well, I mean, several of them indicated, that she needs to be tested, that this is, if she gets through a tough primary and wins, then fine. But this entitlement, this anointment, this coronation is not good for the party. Others have, I had lunch with a woman today that said it's time we had a woman, and, you shouldn't be attacking Hillary. And she made it very clear that she thought I ought to back off. And she's entitled to her opinion, and I'm entitled to mine.